Hi, and welcome to Wisdom of the Mystics. I'm Laura, and I am here with the amazing Reverend Kathy Mastroianni. Hi, Reverend Kathy.
Hey, Laura. So nice to be here with you and everyone. Hello.
Hello. Yes, it's great to be here. We're here, of course, streaming through New Thought Media Network, and we just thought that we would pop on to share with you with an update of Wisdom of the Mystics, how it's going, and who we've got coming on in the next few weeks, just to entice you to tune into the show, which is happening twice a month here on Tuesdays on New Thought Media Network. So welcome. Reverend Kathy, please share about the Science of Mind archives. I'd love you to share more about the amazing work that you're doing in the world with the archives.
Thank you so much, Laura. Yeah, the Science of Mind archives just gets better and better. I actually just got a phone message from someone from Delaware who found our website, and she just raved about it for a long time on this message, saying how much it meant to her. She was taking a what class was she taking? From Whence We Came class, and so one of the roots classes, and she found so much wisdom of the mystics and of our teaching on the sciencemindarchives.com website. So we have a new archivist, and we have new volunteers. We really run by volunteers, and we're just adding more and more beautiful things on our website for people to be curious and to go explore. It's like a treasure hunt on our website of New Thought Wisdom. So it's really fun.
Oh, it's exciting. I know you're making positive additions and transformations to the archives, and I'm really excited to be witness to that and to see what you do, and to delve in myself, because I know how the archives have really helped me in the past year with the e-learning books that you have, and all of the Ernest Holmes work that you have as ebooks. It's incredible, the selection that you have.
Thank you. And it was such a joy to meet with you in Region 12, because as you are the incredible practitioner coordinator over there for Region 12, a representative, you're helping to get this wisdom literally around the world, because we can transform lives worldwide with this teaching. But it's really thanks to beautiful souls like you who have that kind heart and that kind of like, wow, I need to connect people. And you're an incredible connector. So thank you.
Well, and I feel like the mystics are kind of speaking through the airwaves here, saying, connect me, because we've chosen our super guests, or we've invited our super guests to come in and speak about their mystics, which happen to be who I love, the mystics that I love and love learning about. And, you know, when Dr. Ruth Miller came on and talked about Emma Curtis Hopkins, and her treasure trove of information was just, for me, heart-opening. What she shared was beautiful.
Yeah, I totally agree. It was, again, to get to know who Emma was as a person, and she really summarized her life in such a cool way where you're just like, wow. I mean, to me, this whole show has been wow, to learn about these mystics and to bring them down to earth a little bit too, right? And to bring their teachings in a practical way that we get to use it in our lives. And so I'm really loving the show. I trust our viewers are too. So great.
Yes. And who have we got coming up, Reverend Kathy, in the next couple of weeks?
You know what? I'm so excited. A friend of mine, Steph Swink, is coming on March 29th, and she is going to bring in a more kind of a modern mystic, is Louise Hay. You know, and I think Louise Hay, I know, right? Louise Hay.
So excited to hear more about Louise Hay.
I know. And Steph worked with her closely. She was a personal assistant and helped with the Ask Louise article that was in the Science Mind magazine for years and years. And so Steph can really speak to Louise and who she was. And I'm thrilled to have Steph here. Steph is such a beautiful soul. She actually has her own article right now in the Science Mind magazine called Ask Steph. And so,
right.
So she totally is grounded in science mind wisdom and in a practical way to give advice and to support people on our journeys of life.
Isn't it amazing how she was writing that with Louise or for Louise, and she now has her own article space, her own column in the magazine. Oh, Steph, I love that. I love that. And I love Louise Hay. She, I took all of her trainings and her coach training and her whole, the way now I can see by learning more about the mystics over the last few years, especially people like Emma Curtis Hopkins and Quimby, how Louise would have pulled all of that together for her own philosophy to share with the world. So that's going to be a really interesting show. And I'll put the banner up here so that you can see. And the date is there. I'll remove that. So that's happening on the 29th of March. So join us here through New Thought Media Network or through the Science of Mind archives, YouTube and Facebook pages. That's where you will you'll be able to find that coming through live on the 29th. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then moving on, we have other guests coming on in the next couple of months that are going to be really interesting. Super interesting.
Absolutely. And the next one, again, is a friend of mine who's also on the Science Mind Archives Board of Governors, is Reverend Dr. Lloyd Tupper. And he's going to talk to us about Vitura Papke, who was Ernest Holmes' personal practitioner. And she, just a beautiful, delightful soul. And she was Dr. Lloyd's practitioner. And so someone who really, so Vitura knew, Ernest and it's just that transfer of wisdom and knowledge that's being passed down, which is another reason I love this show. So great, Ernest and Vitura, then Vitura and Dr. Lloyd, and now he's sharing it with us. And so he's going to try. I know he gets to.
I didn't know that.
I know that wisdom to each one of us who will be here.
That's so powerful. That's so powerful. I didn't know that Vitura was Dr. Tupper's practitioner also, and he's going to be coming on the show. And so for anyone that's watching now, be here for that show. I can't remember the date of that show.
I think it's the 12th. It's April 12th.
April the 12th. Yeah. Perfect. And you're going to be receiving the knowing and the wisdom in that show. That would be amazing. I love Dr. Lloyd Tupper. I love his whole energy. He's great.
Oh, very powerful. I had a couple practitioner sessions with him, and it's just you feel his complete consciousness in this teaching. I mean, he speaks the word in such a way where it's all one. It's beyond words. So y'all need to come so you can experience it personally.
We'll have to ask him to give a spiritual mind treatment on the show, I think.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Should we invite him?
Do that?
Yeah.
That'd be really fun.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Yes. And so gets better. It can't get better, but there's more. We have Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu is going to be coming on the show through Reverend Jodie Stevenson. She will be presenting Lao Tzu.
Yes, and Lao Tzu is like her mystic. I mean, it's really, she has written books on him and she has studied him in depth. And Reverend Jodie is just this incredible, beautiful light that I just personally, she has transformed my life in many ways. And she supports the Science Mind Archives. And oh my gosh, she's delightful and just filled with that bright, brilliant energy. So I absolutely know that she will be transferring that wisdom and knowledge to each one of you and us as well. Oh, do we say it? Oh, she is.
I love this.
I know, April 26th.
April 26th. That's wonderful. And I'm sure, I mean, like me, so many of us have the book, the Lao Tzu teachings, and it will be incredible to be speaking with an expert or somebody that is so devoted and understands those teachings in a really deep way and bringing that to life in the programming here. And maybe, I'm sure, be filling in about his life more in a more personal way than we could ever imagine. That will be really exciting.
That is exciting.
Yeah. And moving on from there, we have Dr. Marilyn Leo, who is the founder of Science of Mind Archives. Of course, she came on with you onto the Cosmic Prayer, which was wonderful. And she's going to be coming on to talk about Hazel and Anna, the two women in Ernest Holmes' life. Yes.
It's true. And who she personally knew. She was neighbors with them. And so how neat, again, to have someone who has that personal knowledge to share and connect with us. Hazel Holmes was such a delightful woman. Her and Ernest were so close together, as husband and wife. And Hazel was Ernest Holmes' practitioner till she made her transition in 1957. And that's when Vitura Papke started really being Ernest Holmes' practitioner.
Okay.
And Anna Holmes was in 1927, when Ernest had his very first practitioner class, she was his first practitioner. So his mom jumped on the bandwagon in 1927 and followed her son, into this teaching and became a practitioner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very powerful.
Well, she must have seen the demonstrations before her eyes and wondered, oh, I want some of that.
I'll have what he's
I'll have what, yeah. And we could kind of question, well, are they really mystics? Okay, what is a mystic? We're all we are each mystics. And for me, the way that I see it is that these two women who would have supported Ernest and been there through his whole adventure of ministering and creating religious science and it becoming what it became in his lifetime. I would imagine they had an amazing influence, not only on his life, but on the whole out picturing of religious science.
No, absolutely. And Mother Holmes was known as Mother Holmes in the movement. She became everyone's mother. And actually, Dr. Marilyn recently published a book called Mother of a Mystic. And so the life of Anna Columbia Holmes. And so I totally agree with you. They absolutely influenced our movement in very powerful ways. And so to hear from Dr. Marilyn, what her personal experience and about these beautiful women, that'd be great.
That will be great. That will be really exciting. And I know then after that we have Reverend Dr. Petra Wells is going to be returning back to the Wisdom of Mystics, this time with Ralph Waldo Emerson, which will be wonderful because last time she presented Phineas Quimby and really opened up my heart to Quimby and who he was as a person and his teachings. So I'm excited to hear her idea of Emerson.
No, absolutely. Yeah. That's on May 24th. And I have not studied as much Emerson, but I know he was so influential for Ernest Holmes and his whole philosophy. I mean, it was really like when he picked up Emerson is where like kind of the light dawned on Ernest of this wisdom, and he's so influential on so many levels in New Thought teaching. And so I'm really curious and excited to learn more about him.
Yes, as Emerson was one of the first books that Ernest did pick up as a young adult, or a young kind of in his youth. He was 15, I think, or 14 or 15, when he discovered Emerson on a table and picked it up and started reading, and that really changed the way he viewed life.
Right.
So isn't that amazing? As a 15-year-old, he did that and had these insights into life at that young age.
It is. And he was at his brother's house when he found that book.
Right.
And like you said, I mean, he was just Dr. Holmes was such a curious man. He was so curious. And then this again, and I bet each person here, they can remember that one thing when they probably had like a little path along this teaching. And then there was that one thing that just opened their heart and their eyes and their mind. It was where I bet you were saying, oh my God, where's this been my whole life? This powerful teaching of self-responsibility where we can actually co-create the life of our dreams. How powerful is that? And that was what for Ernest was Emerson. And so we get to go deeper in that.
That's so exciting. I love Dr. Petra and the way she presents. So that will be a wonderful, wonderful episode that we have. I'm not sure of the date. Do you know the date, Reverend Kathy? I'm not putting you on the spot here.
No, I got right here, May 24th. May 24th
for Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Yes, and that's actually Emerson's birthday is either on that date or right around there. So how cool. We'll be kind of, again, like as we have been from the beginning, we've kind of opened and invited the mystics to appear. We've said, who would like to be on this show? Who wants to be known in a deeper, more meaningful way? And wow, he's coming on his birthday. So how wonderful is that?
Fantastic. We'll have to have balloons as the background.
That's a good idea. I love it. You're so good at that. Or we can eat cake.
We can eat cake. Love it.
That'd be fun.
And then we have Dr. Tom Sanner coming on too. Oh, incredible.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, June 14th to talk about Thomas Trowerd. And Dr. Tom is just known far and wide as being an expert on Thomas Trowerd. And again, Ernest Holmes said about 50% of the teaching, the philosophy of science of mind came from Trowerd. And so again, what a wonderful thing for all of us here to learn in a deeper way. I just think that's going to help each person who comes to Cosmic Prayer, all the you who are here are being guided here to deepen into these teachings. It's just going to really open and expand our consciousness and our awareness and understanding, and just take it forward in our lives in even greater ways. I know you've studied Trowerd quite a bit, Laura.
Well, I started with Dr. Sanner. I didn't go too deeply into Trowerd. I would love to be able to do that and to actually tune into his classes, because I know that he runs classes also. So what I did learn of Trowerd, absolutely, yes, incredible. And what I really love, the work that Dr. Sanner has brought forward with the source book and his way of identifying all of the teachings of Ernest Holmes in the writings that he has created are really powerful. So I'm so looking forward to that broadcast when Dr. Sanner comes on to talk about Thomas Trowerd. That will be amazing.
That will be amazing. He's so wise and he's so kind, and I know that he will be channeling and bringing in our mystic Trowerd with him in beautiful, meaningful ways, and that everyone will just, as I've taken a few Dr. Tom's classes, again, just opens your heart in such a wonderful, meaningful way. So I know everyone will enjoy that one as well.
Yes. And that just takes us to kind of midway through June. And then we have others coming on to the show in the second half of the year that we're going to keep a little bit secret for now, because we just wanted to give you a taster of the exciting broadcast, the exciting super guests and mystics that are coming up in the next couple of months, so that you have the opportunity to tune in. And what I will do is I can put the dates of each one here underneath, so you'll find the dates, you'll see them, so you can tune in on those specific dates to the live show. If you're making sure that you like the New Thought Media Network Facebook page and like the Science of Mind Archives Facebook page, then you will be notified just before we go live with the broadcasts. Yeah,
that's really helpful when you do that, because a lot of people are like, when is it? But that way you're notified, and then you can be sure to be there. Because it's fun when you're present, when they're live, because then you can ask them questions, and you can participate, and you can share, because we want to hear from you. We're really grateful for you. And so, yeah, definitely join us live. And the recordings are available as well. I'm posting them on the Science Mind Archives website under our free wisdom page. We have a whole place for Wisdom of the Mystics. Again, for New Thought Media Network, as well as the archives. If you go to videos, if you just go to the top, go to videos, you can find the various shows that we have produced already. So you can listen to Dr. Jesse Jennings talk about Ernest Holmes, or you can have Temple Hayes tell you about Myrtle Fillmore. I mean, we've just had some, super guests is truly the word for them. We've had some super guests.
Oh, we have, haven't we? We've had some amazing people coming on and sharing so far. And that's the power, I believe, of, a demonstration here of setting an intention and seeing and allowing it to unfold, knowing that, the divine, the one is actually doing this, because that's how this show is coming to pass for the whole of this year, by setting that powerful intention and knowing it and letting spirit do its thing. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
And the other thing, Reverend Kathy, you mentioned questions. And so I'm going to pop up Reverend Kathy's email address there. If you have any questions that you would like to send in to us, then please do email Reverend Kathy. Any questions for any of these super guests around their mystics, then we can also weave those questions into the specific show for you. And hopefully they will be answered by the guest that you are wanting to answer it. There's the email address for you, Kathy at scienceofmindarchives.org.
Yes. No, that'd be wonderful. We want your questions, so thank you.
We do. We want you to be involved in this, as this is here for you to really enrich all of our lives with this knowledge of the mystics in such a different way. Yeah.
Yeah. So how fun is this? And again, we are so grateful for you for being part of Wisdom of the Mystics, for you and your curiosity and your open heart and your being a student of this incredible New Thought teaching, for your life and your path, because as we share this light and wisdom, each one of us is shining even brighter in the world, and we're touching more lives with this. And so that's how we're going to transform the world. That's how we reveal a world that works for everyone and peace on earth, is by each one of us saying yes and following our inner wisdom and our inner mystic within. So grateful for you being a light worker and a mystic in our world.
That's so beautiful. That just really confirms to me, that we each are mystics. We each have this within us, and we can take the time to reveal our true nature, just as those that have gone before us have done so. And maybe they felt that at some level that was even incomplete and they could have done more. And so they're examples for us. They're examples for me to say, wow, there's always something more that I can learn about myself. And through the experience of learning about others that have gone before me. So that for me, that was the inspiration with Reverend Kathy of creating this, so that we can all learn and grow into our own inner mystic. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. So until the 29th, knowing love and peace for you in your heart. Yeah. And we will see you on the 29th here on New Thought Media Network, and of course with the Science of Mind archives. Until then.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.